And here we go, talking tonight about the Topo Atmos, a neutral road running super stack max height shoe with no plate inside. Oh my goodness. Let me just start the video by saying I was pleasantly blown away and surprised by how well this performed and how well my feet took to it. Topo, once again, just known for their really generous, wide open natural toe boxes, their secure midfoot, and their nice secure heel, and all those things were present with this shoe. In this video we will break down line by line everything going on with the Topo Atmos. All right, so first up are these laces. Everything gets special mention on the channel here for each of the shoe reviews, and we're looking at a nice plush experience with lots of choices as far as the eyelets go. Tons of variability. There's a little loop for the runner's loop up here, which I did engage to further encourage that heel to come in, given that there's not really a bunch of scrunching of the toes. But honestly, I don't think that I really needed that per se, but it did really help secure the shoe onto my foot and give it a little bit more of a performance feel. Taking a look at the eyelet chain, and as you can see, there is quite a bit of eyelets available, like I mentioned, and then there's some security going on, but not over the top as far as the material goes. So it's not super thick and it's not super bulky, it's just the right amount. And special mention here are these little lace stays that kind of attach to the tongue right here. They're that yellow piece of material going from the tongue to the laces. All that does is keep that tongue from migrating left and right. So good job, Topo, with that. Moving on to the tongue. The tongue does feel quite nicely padded, not over the top, and where it really shines is whenever you get into the midfoot, just over the top. It's not slipping around, but it's not a hot spot creating material either. It's just a nice, almost like a memory foam mattress. We'll get into it here in a second, but it's the same material, I feel like, for the heel collar just above the heel bone, thicker piece of it, and it just really marshmallows on top of the foot, and it really does well as far as when this shoe is nice and locked down. Again, this is how Topo secures to the foot, is through the midfoot and the heel. Where those two things are happening, there is a lot of attention to cushion and pressure distribution, so you're not having any really hardcore hot spots going on. Moving into the heel collar. The heel collar on this is super stout. I mean, it is not going anywhere. This shoe is all about the heel and all about that midfoot, like I keep saying, and it is just a nice, oh so velvety, nice material, and it's got this memory foam business going on, and it's not super well tapered, but it doesn't need to be, because as your heel bone goes in, like the whole shoe just encourages it to back up into the corner pocket in a good way to keep your foot secure, keep it locked in without it feeling too aggressive and too tight. I really hope that I communicated that well, because it was very pleasant as far as the midfoot and the heel with this shoe, and the little material that kind of goes laterally immediately just above the heel bone, it just kind of sinks in there, and it really, again, just locks you in. Feel very, very nice and secure in the shoe and held in the shoe without it being too aggressive. So excellent job. This is a very comfortable shoe. I'm really, really happy about this one. Taking a look inside, and we do not have a gusseted tongue. As far as the ventilation of the upper goes, there's quite a bit of perforations, and it is a breathy shoe. Lots of breeze coming in. It was a super hot day when we were running in this thing, and oh man, it was just great. It was a very, very comfortable shoe. Engineered mesh here on the top. Is it kind of stretchy? Yeah, it's a little bit stretchy here. There on your screen, you can kind of see me taking a look at it. Was true to size, men's size 11 for me, and you can see on the screen where my toe was as far as the first and the fifth toe, as far as the spacing. And so here's the toe box, like I mentioned before, big, wide open, and there is a nice amount of material securing this toe box and keeping it structured and away from the toes. So I have had an issue mainly on my right foot. My right, fourth, and third toe tend to want to claw and rub in certain shoes, and I was looking for that, and I'm still a little bit sore from some previous shoes that I was wearing, but you know, I'm not having any problem at all. In fact, you know, even in the state of being sore, I felt very, very comfortable in these, so I can only imagine how it would be whenever we have feet that are 100% feeling good. Looking inside for any kind of inlays or other material that really assists the shoe in locking down the foot. There are, I'd say, 4, maybe 5 different little bands going on the inside. I'm not sure if you can tell from the camera, but it's like this half-inch wide material that 1, 2, 3, 4 on the medial side, and then the same number, as well as something going along the toe box here. And what that looks like it does is it goes up to the eyelet chain. It works with the laces to really, again, cinch down the top of the foot, about the midfoot. Getting my hand in here, feeling around inside the toe box. There is some material, it's kind of like a sticky, tacky material that I feel like would keep those toes from sliding around. On the inside, this structured piece, just in front of the toes along the toe box. Nothing I felt, my toes didn't make any contact whatsoever with any of the front of the toe, as well as the sides. There was very minimal pressure of the sides. So if you guys have any problems with the fifth toe or first toe, you know, hanging over the side or really getting pinched in the toe boxes in the past, I would definitely consider this, because it really had zero pressure whatsoever along the lateral aspect of the foot. I really felt that the fit of the shoe came from the medial aspect of the foot, from underneath the arch, which we can talk about here in a second, as well as, again, the heel. So good, nice, not overly tight, locked down from the top, really fills in from the arch on the bottom, and then the heel. All right, here we are with our super nice Ortholite insert out of the Topo Atmos. Very nice squishy material, memory foam mattress once again, just an excellent insert for the shoe, and it works very well. It was a very nice step in comfort. Very nice attention to details, and get my hand inside the shoe without the insert in there, and yeah, there's a nice elevated arch, which I think kind of works along with the fit of the shoe as far as keeping things locked in. And now I can see even more on the B-roll. You can see kind of inside what's going on with this inlay that I was talking about earlier. So excellent job. And the heart of the shoe is going to be that zip foam. So zip foam for me has been nice. I got the Spectre behind me that has zip foam. I got the Topo Atmos in my hand, but it doesn't feel like really squishy. I'm thinking about the 1080 version 13 from New Balance. It is none of that stuff. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Let's take some samples of the zip foam, see exactly how hard it is. Keep in mind you have 2 materials, the green and the blue. On the zip foam around the 5th toe is 40. Directly below that is 16. Heel, the zip foam is 29. Below that is 23. I'm learning to figure out different spots here. So medial aspect, heel, zip foam, 13. The heel below that is 30. Big toe, 33.5, and below that 15.5. So definitely some variation as far as the durometers go for the midsole of the shoe, and something to keep in mind when you're going along and running, that they are changing up the hardness about the shoe depending on where it's at. So very good job, Topo. For giggles, let's just go ahead and measure this toe box. Toe box here is going to be 104 millimeters, and the landing platform is 114.5 millimeters. So the stack height is there on your screen. It's a 5 millimeter drop. Let's pop this on the scale, see how much it weighs. The Topo Atmos is 10.7 and a men's size 11. Not bad at all. Actually, this shoe is lighter than I expected. Oh man, I honestly was expecting 11, maybe 11.5, but nope, not the case. It is a lot less than that. So alrighty, taking a look at the outsole. Oh man, I love how there's just like a minimal amount of rubber, which is quite resilient and just quite durable. There's a nice thick layer of it here, but it's not a ton of, you know, super heavy rubber going on. So very happy with the amount there. So I had so much fun with this shoe. I was not expecting for it to be as comfortable as it is, but just apparently whenever The midfoot is secure and the heel is locked in, and those toes are just free to move around and just kind of naturally get whatever angle is, you know, best for them, and they can just continue to go on. So I'm going to plan to use this shoe for long runs, easy day, long slow distance. It was just not a shoe that was screaming speed at all, but it was just so comfortable. I forgot that I had the shoe on, and whenever I was paying any attention to it, like, I felt like a nice, not tight but secure feeling about the medial aspect of my arch area and then along that heel, and I felt zero pressure whatsoever in the front here. So this is a very comfortable shoe. I'm a huge fan of what's going on here. So if they make another one, I really hope that they stick to this recipe, and whatever can be improved on, you know, that's on Topo. But right now they have a super sweet package here, and that's how I feel. So the link for this shoe will be in the description down below, just so you know that it is an affiliate link, and I will get a small commission if you were to so choose to use that. I really appreciate that. Also, any proceeds do go back into the channel in the form of running gear, so we can keep this going for you guys. All right, so please feel free to like the video and subscribe to follow along. All right, that's what I got for you. Topo Atmos down here in the basement. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful night.